Welcome to an example in which we're trying to figure out the average rate of change of annual sales. So here we have this table that says the different years, like 1998, the sales were 109 million of some kind of product. In 1999, it was 127 million. 2000, looks like the sales are going up, and then they dropped off in 2006. Actually, 2005 and 2006, sales were going up to that point, and then they started going down. So yeah, up and then down. Anyway, they're saying what was the average rate of change of annual sales between 1998 and 99, and then 98 and 2001. So they're saying between 1988 and 1999, what was the average rate of change? Like rate of change. You guys know a rate. A rate is a speed. Like I might say how fast I can grade papers. What's my rate? What's my grading rate? And that would be how many papers I can grade, or problems or whatever, per hour. I can grade 3 papers per hour. That's my rate. So rates, or I can grade, or I can drive my car 100 miles per hour. Not unless I'm out on a racetrack. Right? So a rate always has time on the bottom. It doesn't have to be hours, it could be any amount of time, but that's the point. Or what I should say, let me change that. It doesn't have to have time. It has to have something else. You could say, how many A's do I give per class? There's 5 A's per every 40 students, maybe. This is my rate of giving A's. So the point is, a rate has 2 things to it, right? A number on the top and a number on the bottom. How many A's per class of 40 students, or on and on you go. So a rate has a top and a bottom. I hope you're seeing that idea. So okay, so go to the notes. This is the exam 1 notes, and I'm explaining the average rate. Now I'm giving you a different example than ours, but here's the key. This is the key right here. That is average rate of change. Notice don't miss these little F's here. These are important. And there's no F's on the bottom. Notice F of second x value minus F of first over second minus first. So in other words, if we want to say how much what was the rate of change of sales between 1998 and 1999? Well, sales went from 109 to 127,000. That's your function. Your function that you're talking about, and because up here I mention in this example, I mention a function, right? On the top, function. What's the function? Well, the function in this case is the sales, right? You're trying to find the change in sales. So it would be sales in 1998. So it would be sales in 1999, minus sales in 1998 over 1999 minus 1998. It's like a big slope calculation, in other words. So, what's that going to equal? Well, what were sales in 1999? 127,000. So this, or 127 million, 127 minus, what were sales in 1998? 109. In other words, how much did sales change from 1998 to 1999? Whatever that subtraction is, what is that, 18? I think. Yeah, 18. Over, and then this is just 1 on the bottom, right? Because that's over 1 year. In other words, sales changed by 18 million in 1 year. So the answer is 18, right? Now you might think, well, why don't you subtract those? Well, I'll show you, because on the next part B, the denominator is going to be a little more complex. So you agree with that, though, right? But that it went up by 18 million in 1 year. So 18 million sales went up in 1 year. So the average rate of change went up by 18 million a year. Now, how about part B, where we have more than 1 year? That's where it'll make more sense, this whole calculation. So again, we have to do for this part, sales in 2001 minus sales in 1998 over 2001 minus 1998. You get the idea? In other words, how many years was that? 1, 2, 3 years, right? This was 3 years you don't have to write in the words. What was sales in 2001? Where is it? Right there. 151 million. 151 million. And what was sales in 1998? There it is. 109 million. 109 million. So you subtract those. How much, from 98 to 2001, from 1998 to 2001, how much did sales go up? Well, they went from 109 to 151. Let me get rid of this other stuff here. From 109 to 151, whatever that difference is that 42? Yeah, 42 million. So 40 went up by 42 million in 3 years. So their sales went up by 42 million in 3 years. So if you divide that, isn't that 14 million per year? Yeah, it's 14. So that's the answer. $14 million per year. So the average rate of change is, and that's what we're figuring out, right? The average rate of change between 1998 and 2001, their sales went up on average 14 million per year. Really, it went up 42 million in 3 years, but the average is like 14 million every year, 14 million per year. So that's how we figure out an average rate of change.